All right, guys. Hopefully this will good. This will go good. How's it going, everybody? It is Saturday evening, December 11th, 2021 at 7:20 p.m. Today I'm officially doing it. I'm officially doing a movie review for the first time since I was gonna do one, and I tried doing one a couple years ago on the Ant Bully, but that did not go well because I was basically giving up the whole movie. So yeah, this time when I do reviews, I just want to just mostly give out the highlights of the film or whatever, and yeah. Also, I'll talk about the cast, the characters, and yeah, like yeah. So Shark Tale, I'm doing a review on Shark Tale, as you can tell by the title and possibly thumbnail. So yeah, the movie stars Will Smith, Robert De Niro, Renee Zellweger, Jack Black, Martin Scorsese, Michael Imperioli. I don't know how to say his name. You probably know what I'm talking about. Dougie Doug, Ziggy Marley, Vincent Pastor, Katie Couric. Yeah. That's a pretty good cast, gotta admit. It's a really good cast. Let's see here. So the movie basically is about a fish named Oscar, who is basically a nobody, underachiever, yeah. He basically works at the local whale wash or whatever, which is basically fish for car wash. So yeah, and apparently he's not really a huge fan of it. Doesn't really like his job too much. So one day he gets into a meeting with his boss, Mr. Sykes, the pufferfish, and just yeah, just talking about like him, like he has to pay money to like Don Lino, the mafia shark leader. Guys, how awesome but little cliche does this sound? Ocean fish. The mafias are basically sharks, because mafia is like a criminal, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like if you watch like mafia related movies, like yeah, or TV shows, but yeah, that's pretty badass, guys. That's badass in my opinion, especially when you have like Robert De Niro, those guys. Like in yeah, like that's awesome. That's pretty sick, guys. That's sick. DreamWorks did a good job with that in my opinion. So yeah, back to the review. So he basically had to pay off like Don Lino protection because he got fired from like working with him or whatever because I think he basically like, offended Don Lino for because of it's like he talks shit about like Lenny or whatever. Yeah, something like that. Like didn't like Lenny's like he ain't no killer or whatever because he's a soft shark. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, apparently Oscar doesn't really have the money. So later at home, visits his friend Angie, Renee Zellweger, the pink fish. So he talks about like what happened. Oscar goes like talks about like being a nobody and wants to be a somebody. Yeah. So then Angie gives his Oscar the pearl that her great grandmother, or it's like just grandmother, gave him. Her grandmother, yeah. I don't know, I'm reading off the plot. I know it's kind of cheating, but I'm just making up my own words trying to, yeah. So yeah, the next day, the pearl is supposed to like help pay his like debts or whatever for like Mr. Sykes, basically. I don't know, for the horse race track that's happening the next day. So yeah, the next day they go to the racehorse track, or race, like the seahorse race track or whatever. Excuse me. Mr. Sykes and the Jamaican jellyfish, Ernie and Bernie, meet him there. So Oscar is in the concourse, like give this money to Mr. Sykes, and apparently these two idiotic fish, not idiotic, but like just like bumped into him or whatever. Oscar lost the thing, and Oscar overhears these two fish talking about like the race being rigged or whatever. Yeah, this horse name is like, ugh. Sorry, I can't talk well. The seahorse, his name is like Lucky Day or whatever. He thought Lucky Day, they were betting money on him to Lucky Day to win. So yeah, Oscar goes to the guy, gives the money to bet on Lucky Day, and he meets this goldfish, not goldfish, gold digger fish, red fish named Lola, which she's not bad looking, but she's a gold digger. I don't like gold diggers, so yeah. So Oscar meets Sykes and the jellyfish, Ernie and Bernie, on the concourse, and Apparently, Sykes wasn't really happy to throw with that, like betting his money on Lucky Day, and yeah. So they go to the horse, like the seats or his box, Sykes' box seats or whatever, and they watch the game. And Lucky Day was having trouble getting out or whatever. So Oscar like, hey, don't sweat it, man. It happens all the time. So Lucky Day finally gets out and takes the lead eventually. And guess what happens? So if they were like, go, 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 come on, Lucky Day. So yeah, they both betted on him. And what happens? Lucky Day trips underwater. I don't know who trips underwater. And he loses the race. So Mr. Sykes, not a happy pufferfish. And he tells Ernie and Bernie to dig him like a big hole in the reef for him and dig deeper. And yeah, because he lost money for the bet or whatever. Yeah. So I don't really like gamble or bet or whatever on sports or whatever. I don't like gambling. It's a waste of money, to be honest, unless you win. But yeah. So yeah, Ernie and Bernie tie Oscar up to like a thing or whatever in the reef or whatever, like middle of nowhere, and just having fun with him, like stinging him. Yeah. And later, it shows Frankie, these two sharks named Frankie and Lenny. Frankie's like the cold-blooded, cold-hearted fish, while Lenny is basically like the vegetarian, warm-hearted fish. Like he wouldn't really like hurt anyone actually. Played by Jack Black, and Lenny is Jack Black, and Michael Imperla, I don't want to say his name is Frankie. Robert De Niro is Don Lino, the boss shark, and Martin Scorsese is the puffer fish. So yeah, well, I want to make sure it's recording. That happened before. What time is it? All right, perfect. Try and make it short though. So yeah, Frankie tells Lenny to like kill a fish or whatever, because he's a vegetarian, and yeah. So yeah, they found Lenny. They found Oscar. Oh, here, Lenny. There's a fish over there. TV dinner, ain't? Go do it, Lenny. So yeah, the jellyfish wander off, and Oscar like meets Lenny or whatever. They're freaking out. Oh, shark! Ah! So yeah, and so Lenny pretends to eat him or whatever, just so he can because he doesn't want to kill anyone. So yeah, and apparently Frankie saw the fact that Lenny didn't actually eat Oscar, and Lenny's like, that's it. I've had it with this, and chases after Oscar, and Anchor falls on Frankie or whatever and kills him. Sad part, but yeah. And it was the jellyfish also heard it from distance, and then went back over there, and Lenny has like an emotional breakdown. Oh, what am I going to explain to Pop? And he wanders off, and the jellyfish came back to Oscar and the dead shark, and they asked, Oscar, did you kill this shark? And Oscar was like, yeah, I did. So let me tell you the story. So yeah, Oscar go back at the reef, basically lied to the whole reef about killing a shark or whatever, which he actually didn't. It's just an anchor fell on him, but he's saying he slayed the shark. Anyone messes with this reef, it's his funeral. So yeah, Oscar becomes yet famous. He finally gets what he wished for, being a somebody, lives in a penthouse on the top of the reef, and yeah, and he got everything he wanted, and he's happy. Until one night, he has a party, and this one fish claims that there's sharks at the edge of the reef, and they're great whites. And they get Oscar, like, yeah, Oscar, you're the man. So yeah. And then later, Oscar meets Lenny or whatever, again. And Lenny explains, like, they greet themselves. Later, Oscar finds these kids or whatever, like, spray paint graffiti, doing just stupid shit. And they found, they discover that, like, Oscar later tells Lenny that he's actually not the shark slayer. Yeah. So that's crazy. And they later meet up, like, team up, because Lenny doesn't want to go home because he doesn't want to go back to his dad or whatever. Because after Frankie died, and yeah. Don Lino's not really happy with Lenny's ways. So yeah. So yeah, later Oscar and Lenny team up. Lenny pretends like he's the evil shark or whatever. He's gonna eat everyone, and Oscar's gonna pretend he's like kicking his ass all the time, and yeah. So yeah, it's like WWE, and Oscar scares off other sharks too, after they saw the Lenny, and yeah. So yeah, don't want to mess with if you're a shark, but if you're actually brainwashed and idiot, you don't want to mess with Oscar the Shark Slayer, and yeah. So then what happens later? So Angie meets Lenny apparently and discovers like what happened or whatever. Like Lenny told Angie about what happened, like lying the whole reef, and yeah. Oh yeah, bad news for that. What happened though? Um, Oscar was caught cheating on Angie. Well, not cheating. I don't think they were dating before, but yeah, because Lola comes out of nowhere and kisses Oscar live on TV, and that was not a good feeling for Angie. So yeah. Then later, I'm skipping a lot of parts. I apologize. I just want to make this short as possible. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie. So yeah. Then later, Oscar like not really happy with himself, but he officially breaks up with Lola, which was the right thing. Because Oscar and Angie are meant to be together. I always thought Angie was hotter, anyways. Not gonna lie, I'm not trying to sound like a furry or whatever, but I know fish aren't furry, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so yeah, and apparently, Oscar goes out shopping, like buy like love things like Valentine's Day shit for like Angie or whatever, but she's not there, and Lenny basically disguises himself as a dolphin or whatever. Sebastian, the whale washing dolphin. Yeah, that was funny. So then apparently Oscar meets Sykes at where Angie's station is and gets a phone call from Luca the octopus. And yeah. So they tell him that and we got your girl. Yeah. So yeah, that's not good. Nope. So yeah, they got Angie and their sharks wanted to sit down. So yeah, with Oscar. And yeah, so they had to sit down. Oscar reveals to Sykes that he's not a shark slayer, and yeah. So yeah, they later have a meeting with the sharks. Telling like Don Lino comes in, telling like you're the shark slayer, right? I heard a lot about you. And they officially found out Angie like in a thing, or waiters like fancy restaurants have that like big silver thing with food or whatever in it. Yeah. So they found Angie in it. And Oscar's like, I don't know that girl. I barely even know her. And Lola comes along and tells Oscar that something she likes that's better than money is revenge. Oof. And yeah. And Oscar then apparently later Lenny eats Angie or whatever. And Oscar tells the sharks you don't do anything without my okay? I thought that was awesome. Then later Lenny throws up Angie or whatever, and yeah. So yeah, then it later revealed that Lenny was the dolphin or whatever, and Don Lino finally sees Lenny for the first time in a while, and yeah. And Don Lino later you kill Frankie, you turn Lenny into a dolphin, and later threatens to kill Oscar or whatever to the whale wash, and they eventually Don Lino chases Oscar to the whale wash, and yeah, and he got trapped in the whale wash with Lenny, and they Oscar tells Lino what's wrong, how come you can't accept your son for who he is, and yeah, they later make up and hug it out like father and son, and later reveals that Don Lino is cool with the reef, they're cool with each other. You don't have to be afraid of us anymore. So yeah, they have a dance party later, and Oscar is a whale ton scrubber again, basically, I think, and yeah, gangsta. Everyone went gangsta at the end. So yeah, but no, that's basically the highlights of the movie. So yeah, how much time left? Okay, good. Hope it doesn't take 2 videos, but yeah, yeah, guys, what's my opinion on this movie? I think it's a really good movie. It's great in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people that hate it, but personally, I don't know what their problem is. I think this movie is awesome, in my opinion. It is like I understand if you like Finding Nemo better, which I love Finding Nemo too, but Shark Tale is also awesome in my opinion. So yeah, here I'm gonna go back. Apparently, Shark Tale received like mixed reviews, like mixed positives and mixed negatives. I don't know why people have a problem with it. It basically generated controversy for its use of Italian American stereotypes and alleged how do I say that word, homosexual propaganda. I don't remember that, but like come on, like DreamWorks just basically like making like impersonating like the mafia or whatever, like you see in movies and TV shows, like Robert De Niro, like The Godfather. Yeah, I think that's awesome. Mafia sharks, that's awesome in my opinion. But yeah, and I give this movie 8 out of 10 because it's actually not bad. I really enjoy it. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I'll give it that. Actually, the soundtrack's pretty good. The characters are great. The cast is pretty stacked. Yeah. Who's my favorite character? I don't know. I like a lot of characters. I like Oscar, the mafia shark, like the leader, Don Lino, the puffer fish, the jellyfish are funny, Lenny. Yeah, they're all good actually. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this movie review. Maybe I'll do more in the future. No requests though. I'm sorry. Don't mean to be a dick, but I'm not a fan of doing requests, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoy this, and yeah. See you next time.